Welcome back, NDL Weekly. Love being here, guys. How you guys living today? How you doing, Adrian?
Well,
Right on. How the Texans do this weekend?
terrible, like
Good,
always.
good,
So,
nice. Justin, how'd your Eagles do?
They're pretty good at football.
Yeah, fuck, dude. Adrian, we should be Eagles fans, dude. That's like happy Sundays.
or Jacksonville fans, right?
They play this
Hey.
week.
Jacksonville looks good, and their defense looks good.
Yeah, they do.
That's what's exciting. And they're doing it with Christian Kirk, Zay Jones, Marvin Jones, and the stud. You know who?
The
Travis
James
Etienne.
Robinson.
You know it. Yeah. How that mustache coming in, Justin? Because on this end, from my POV, there's a boner happening under this table. And I'm pretty sure it's your mustache to blame. Mitchell,
Probably.
how's your day, brother?
Good day. Busy
Good.
day.
Busy day. Hey, dude, you're looking great. Love your hairline. It's under. What's that hat?
This is a restaurant in Charleston, South Carolina called 167 Raw.
Okay.
It's the whole restaurant's like a galley kitchen basically. And you sit at the countertop and the kitchen's on the other side. They make the food and then they put it in front of you. And it's only seats about 8 or 9 people.
Love it. Are you an F it, give me that hat, I'll wear any hat kind of guy?
Kind of.
Yeah, I like that. You know what? I don't wear hats because I'm bald. And when I wear a hat, I look good. Then I take it off and they're like, oh, damn, you have no hair. So I just have no hat. I wish I could wear hats, but I don't. All right. We are grinding today.
You should wear a hat next week.
Dude,
Done.
no. Then this won't be the only under table owner, Justin, and
Fair.
can't have it, bro. I'm talking to you, Renee. All right, guys, we're getting into it. Trade targets. I'm going to go last. Mitchell, I want you to hit me with your trade or away target this week.
Do you guys think you would want on your team right now the guy who is 16th in receiving yards, 16th in receptions, and 19th in targets? Does that sound like somebody you really want on your team?
Really want him, but I wouldn't be mad to have him.
16th and 19th, maybe as a flex or that guy sitting on your bench that you're not bummed about plugging in.
Yeah, you're not bummed about that. This guy is the 12 overall in PPR formats wide receiver. 12.
Okay.
16th in targets, 16th in receptions, 19th in. That's one of those. 16, 16. That's all I can remember. Amari Cooper is a really interesting player right now. He's coming off of 2 weeks, back-to-back weeks, 100 yards and a tutty. Jacoby Brissett as the QB. I think it's a dicey situation. I look at this as if you have him and you can move him, you might be able to sell him for a little high right now. Okay. I would not target him at this point because I don't think Jacoby Brissett is good enough to maintain that. I don't think Amari Cooper can stay healthy enough long enough to maintain that. 2 big weeks, really tempting. It's a good time to sell high. You could sell that as they're finally getting in the groove. They're working on their offense. Watson will be there week 11. That's only 8 more weeks. But I think you could try and sell Amari Cooper. I have him in the league, and I'm just going to hang on to him because I think that's what people are thinking. Not healthy, bad QB, tough situation. Try and move him if you can. I think you can get the most for him right now. If you wait, weeks is a fluke, 3 weeks as a trend.
Okay, I send you Christian Kirk and a third for Amari Cooper.
I'll take Christian Kirk in a third.
I'll
Interesting.
take Christian Kirk over Amari Cooper in a third.
In Dynasty, huh?
I would take Christian Kirk over Amari Cooper in a third. Yeah.
So Watson comes back for your contending team in week 11 or 12. I can't remember if they have a bye right then. So Watson comes back in 11 or 12, right in time for 2 weeks for your playoff in your contending team. You take Christian Kirk straight up for Amari Cooper, the number one wide receiver in the Browns.
I think we're getting into spoilers for somebody else's target, but I would take Kirk.
Okay, solid. Adrian, hit me hard.
Yeah. So that was gonna be it, but I kind of did a switcheroo.
Oh,
So-
that's right.
So what
Pivot,
if
right, guys? Is that a
pivot?
pivot? Oh, thank.
So what if I told you that the guy I'm targeting has only scored 21 points in the first three weeks?
Pretty gross.
Pretty gross, right?
Yeah.
So
Disgusting.
yes, but this receiver is receiver 8 in targets.
Ooh,
through the
okay.
first, yeah, that is Brandon Cooks with
Okay.
the Houston Texans. So, so the reason why, the Texans have a new offensive coordinator, much like, I'm sorry, the Raiders,
Mhm.
so it's going to take a little time, I think, for them to gel, for them to get in the system. But Brandon Cooks is the number one guy there with the Texans. He's Davis Mills' favorite target, and it's just a matter of time before they link up and start scoring more points. He's already getting the target share. I think the points come with it, and I can tell you, because I have him in a couple leagues, not a lot of people want him because he is 29 now, but he just had a birthday, September 25th. So he's just turned 29. I think he's got more than 1 year left. I think got a couple of years left still. And I think he's a good target. I think you could probably get him cheap, maybe 2 seconds, if that. I don't know if he'll go for
Okay.
just 1 second, maybe 2 seconds.
So you would spend 2 seconds, 23 seconds for Brandon Cooks on your contending team.
I think that's what, yes, you could probably get him for, maybe even 1. I don't know. I had somebody turn me down for seconds for him. So kind of crazy.
Justin, I have a quick question.
Yeah,
Justin, I just have a quick question. Did you change your shirt?
yeah. I saw Adrian, so I decided to change mine.
You changed your shirt. That's cute.
We matched.
You are the cutest ever.
I wanted
We
to
are
match
twinkies.
Adrian. I didn't realize he had an AFC Richmond shirt on.
I want to tell you what's happening under the table, but it's not good.
Shit.
Okay.
Would you
Adrian.
classify it as a worrying white on?
So that was it. I'm going for.
I like that
I
take.
have him in a
Adrian.
lot of leagues, but
I
think
can
people are down
never
on him.
get
and I think he could be
excited
cheap.
about Cooks.
No, me either.
I know, and I probably should get a little more excited, but
So would you if you had Cooks, would you take a second?
I'm fine contending, and I don't think Mills is lighting the world on fire. I haven't followed him. I don't want him in any leagues, and I don't watch the Texans.
It's a wreck.
But it's bad. Okay, well, I stopped watching football on Sundays, so I don't know. So no, I probably would hang on to Cooks. If I had Cooks and I was contending and someone sent me 20 seconds, I probably wouldn't be able to say no to that. I'd probably have to take that.
Oh, I'd smash that. 100%.
Yeah.
Would you smash
too.
one, Mitch?
No.
No.
What about you, Sexy?
Yeah, I said I'd smash.
Come on. Justin, would you and that mustache take the second or keep Cooks? How about this, Justin? One last thing. If you had a team that you're not really contending, and someone sent you 1 second, would you take it or no? Justin is struggling with his audio.
I'd counter.
Justin, very
I'd
you
try and get
counter. You try to get to. Okay. I'm not sure if Justin is with us any longer. Justin's connecting to audio. Justin connected to audio there.
Sorry, I don't know what's going on.
No problem. You're up. Trade target.
All right, I'm gonna keep mine simple. Mine's a no duh. I think this is the last week you can buy Breece Hall at any kind of discount. He finally outsnapped Michael Carter. He's second in the NFL in running back targets behind Eckler. I know Zach Wilson's coming back. He's going to be a little more mobile than Joe Flacco is, but you can't hide talent for that long. We've seen it happen before where rookie running backs take over their backfields, especially when they have high draft capital, and I think we're about to see it with Breece.
I believe they also moved up in the second to get him. I think he had 11 targets last week.
Yeah.
He looks explosive.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm with you. So if I send you a 23 first for Brees, do you take it?
So I wouldn't, but I do think you might be able to get him for that in some leagues if the guy who drafted him is a little disappointed because he hasn't blown up points wise yet. But you may be able to get him for a first and a small piece right now, and that's probably the last chance you can do that.
All right. Mine is CEH. And I don't know if I'm trading. I don't know if I'm trading for him. I want to get your perspective. I'm going to take 1 single minute and say, Adrian, would you trade for, or are you looking to trade away CEH? He's getting something like he had 7 carries. I don't know how this happens for 0 yards. What in the app happened? 7 carries, 0 yards. He still put up 14.9 PPR points. So he's scoring. He's actually the RB, something not bad. I can't remember. But I just traded for him. And I'm not going to tell you what the trade is because I'm a bit embarrassed. But I needed something on a redraft team. I needed some depth. I traded away Lamb for CEH and Judy. I also have Justin Jefferson, A. Brown. I'm not talking about it. So I'm not sure what to do with CEH. I'm not sure if I should now try to flip him. But he did get 5 receptions. It's only like 30-something yards. He did score another touchdown. Adrian, are you trying to trade for him or trade him away right now? In general, quick.
Trade away.
Trade away. Justin.
Trade away. Yeah.
Away.
Trade away. Mitchell.
Sell.
Okay. All right. That did it. Those are our trades. Use it, guys. Join us on Discord. By the way, give us a like on our show. Let us know you love us. Let us know if there's something else we can do, segment or that. Let us know if something was helpful for you. So what we're going to go into is first, we're going to NFL League. Nope, 32 League. That is a 16-team, full PPR, tight end premium. Mitchell, yeah.
All right, we're going to start in the AFC as we always do. Cole beat James to go 4-0. That's including the doubleheader.
The doubleheaders are
going to be tough to beat this team. Right? We do the doubleheaders. It's every 3 weeks. Is that how that works?
Yep.
As I go through these, I'm mostly going to be talking about the lead team in each division and then the
Yep.
last team in each division and maybe a couple comments. I will be relatively brief. Bracken, doing Bracken things. Love to see it. Dead last, tanking. Which already got that 101 locked up. The AFC South. A curb stop Bill moving to 4-0. Another extremely solid team. Hope Herbert stays healthy. I think it'll be a little dicey if he goes down to some times with cracked rib cartilage. I'm hoping that he stays healthy. I'm a big Herbert fan. And I think we saw a little bit of stronger looking Zeke this last week. So if that trend continues, Renee is going to be really, really tough to beat. Should be a fun team to watch this season. Bill is doing his best accent impression. He needs to try a little harder because he's accumulated many points. But he is at a nice 0-4 start. In the AFC East, Tim beat Carmen to take over the solo possession of first place in that division. But Carmen's too far behind. It's going to be between these two all year. Justin, you kept the trend alive by losing another week and a doubleheader. So you also 0-4. You're tanking for something. I'm not sure, but I guess it has to start with T.
Well,
In the AFC West.
I wasn't tanking, but now I am because I suck.
Oh yeah, now you are. No doubt about that.
So come get my players. Everyone's available except Garrett Wilson.
In the AFC West, Dan lost. I think he lost the doubleheader. He swept in conference, but he lost the doubleheader, so he's 3-1. We love to see anybody in first place except Af. So I'm totally cool with this. Those two are both really solid teams. Those divisional records come to haunt you come playoff time when you lost in week 1 because you started the wrong guy. You didn't know that Collins was going to score 30 fantasy points or something. But come back to haunt you. Hopefully, Ash, I hope they haunt you. Solid work from Rizzo in that division. A lot of teams working for the 101. Rizzo, hop in line. It's going to be a long ride. Like I think Braxton's locked up. Interesting about the AFC, 4 teams at 0-4. There's a lot of players on the block. If you are 2-2, 1-3, even right now, you're not out of the discussion yet. Go get some of those players. I know people want to move those players. I know they want your picks. I am one of them. So hit the other people up. There was no trades in 32 this week. How boring. Nothing for me to talk about. Don't love it. Okay. Let's get active. Moving to the NFC. NFC North. Joe and Tom duking it out. Jason scored as many points in 4 weeks as Joe did this week. Jason has 90 points, 4 through 4 weeks of fantasy football.
Jason K, right?
Jason K. Oh, it's so bad. It's not even like it's like at least Braxton looks like he's trying. Jason, I don't know what you're doing. But we can give you the 101 right now. We can.
Tank job.
Easy.
Good job, Jason. I love it.
You got it. You got it locked up. I can't wait to find out who you're gonna pick. You've got a lot of time to figure that out. But Joe and Tom, it's gonna be a tight race really between those two and the other team who I didn't write their name down. I'm sorry, whoever that is. My bad. But it's gonna be those 3 teams I think are really good. Points for kind of telling. They're all really good. Okay. In the NFC South, this is a very low scoring division. There's not a lot of points to be had. So really, I would expect one team to make the playoffs from this conference. Jeremy is currently the front runner, but I think Todd will turn it around. In my opinion, he's got the scheduling shaft, as we like to say. The old SS. It's not fun. Adam and Chad, this is kind of interesting, I think. 1 point difference on the season. It's going points scored 4. But I think Adam's second place and Chad last. So scheduling blurb here, I think, or bumps. Will be interesting to see how the rest of the season plays out. I don't think any of these teams are particularly standoutish. In the NFC East, John and John. I wrote down Johnception, but I don't think that's the right. That's not it. But they're both in first place. And I think we'll see these 2 guys duking it out all season long. They both have really good teams. West will probably try and make an appearance every now and again. A lot of points scored in the division. NFC East, I think most of those teams have over 300 or close to 350 points 4 through 4 weeks. So really, really solid work. 3 weeks, sorry. I hope Kevin has some good picks for next year. He's going to need them. He will be in last place in that division, and he's going to get the 101. That's Jason's. But hopefully he's got the 1-2 in his back pocket. Dave upset Roy and ruined his perfect record in the NFC West, but still holds the lead in the division. What I think is crazy is that Dave has the second most points for behind only John C and the NFC East. And he's only 5 points behind. So he has the second most points for in the entire conference, but is 1-3. You want to talk about a scheduling shaft? Talk to my boy Dave. Okay. He's feeling it right now. Expect the search move forward. He's a really good team, scoring a lot of points. Just a little rough start. Expecting this guy to take the division at the end of the year. Like I said,
that's
no trades in 32 this week. Very boring. Got a lot of teams tanking. I know Jason would trade away players if he had them. He obviously doesn't. And Braxton's been tanking for like 2 or 3 years. So, make your moves.
He's building a nice squad.
How's that?
He is building a nice squad now, though.
Good.
So it's worth at least
next year.
Mhm.
I'll be here. But yeah, you're 1-3, 2-2. Maybe you're 3-1. Maybe you just lost that double header, and you don't want to taste the L's anymore. Trade your picks. Trade them for players. Lots of things can happen. That's all I got. The NDL 32.
Very cool. Now we got Adrian up with GA.
Yes, I am here. You stay with us, Mitch, or
If we're gonna be this quick, yeah, I can stick around.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna
Well-
be real quick.
We'll be quick.
So AFC North, we have Wes leading with his Pittsburgh Steelers at 391. AFC South, we have Dan with Texans at 3-0, scoring 402 points. I think that is the highest in the league thus far. Actually not. The West, we have Tony with Chargers in the West actually are outscoring everybody by 40 points. But AFC East, we have a two-way tie between Ryan and the Miami Dolphins and Mitch and the New England Patriots, which was the big game of the week. But let me tell you something, Mitch. Why did you start Keenan Allen?
Because I work on Saturday and Sundays, and so I started caddying at noon or whatever, and so I was playing my lineups. I went in on MFL. There's a Q by Allen's name, so I thought it was just like he's gonna be, he's still questionable, but he's gonna play. They just haven't changed it, so I started him because I checked. Because I
To be fair,
started in 2 of the
You
3 weeks.
I
Lost
also
by
started
5
in a
points.
league.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
5
if I
points.
started Zach Moss instead, which
Oh,
would have been the other person I would have started, I would have won.
Yes.
Gotta
But,
get that backup in.
So I don't understand
oh,
the
that's
backup
true. The
policy.
backup.
I thought that was just for COVID.
Okay, so Zach has it in all of his leagues, and from my understanding, he has for many, many years. So if you have a situation like that, just go ahead. There's a Discord channel. Everyone should know this. There's a Discord channel that says backups. And if you see that, I know it's inconvenient to do this, but trying to win some
Right.
money here. So if you can, go throw up a backup.
Do I need to, because there's an option to select backups in
Also
NFL?
do that.
do
Yeah, yeah.
that and post in the Discord?
There's
Yeah.
also the message board on MFL.
Do I
I
do
usually
all
just
3?
I
No.
usually just do the MFL and the lineup, and then I remind Zach on Discord. But I think
Yeah.
either one.
Okay. So if I had done that, he would have retroactively gone and added Zach Moss's points, and I would
And
be
if-
3-1.
Pre-kickoff. You have to have the back
if you
pre-kickoff.
guys- And if you guys are busy too, I bet if you just throw it in chat and say, hey, someone get my back and throw this in backups, one of us will do that for you guys. I'll do that for anyone. All 4 of us would do that for anyone out there. If we're around our phone, we'll throw it in for you. But
Yeah.
if you
Okay.
can do it in general chat, you can probably do it in the backup channel. If you don't know what we're talking about, throw it in general chat. We'll try to have your back.
Okay, good to know moving forward. Our
Yes,
listeners
you
also
just-
appreciate
You
that.
cost yourself the lead in that division, but it is what it is. Now you got to
Yeah.
make it for it.
Mm.
AFC West, you have Tony, like I said, scoring 40 points more than anybody else in the
Boom,
AFC,
Tony.
and anybody that is beating Zach, I love it. Love it, love it,
Hell
love it.
yeah.
So keep going, Tony. We'll move over to the NFC North. NFC North, we have AC and the Lions at top at 3-0. Not sure how the double headers are because they're not updated yet, but hopefully you're winning there as well. So 3-0, scoring 422, not the highest points, but he is scoring more than his division. Moving down to the NFC South, we have Jason Williams sitting at top at 3-0 with his Falcons, scoring over 100 points more than anybody in his division. So looking pretty strong there to take that lead. As long as you get a quarterback. Did you have that?
No, good
Situated?
call. Good catch on that. No, I'm actually looking at ad drops right now and pretty nervous, brother.
I got one Baker Mayfield for you. Come my way.
I might have to, bro. Honest.
Next, we're gonna the NFC East, and unfortunately talk about Jason K and his Philadelphia Eagles that we hear about
Oh, he is
all
grinding.
time. Yes. But at 534 points, come on, really?
Can you click on that team real quick?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And it's
Probably
not,
add that every week.
no,
it's
and
more than 100.
534.
he actually. Yeah, I mean, I think he
Diggs,
started.
Kirk, and
coordinated
Cup. Oh
this
my
week.
goodness.
Yeah, Diggs.
But I mean, Diggs,
Kirk,
Cooper,
and Kupp.
yeah.
And then Mark
And then-
Andrews.
Mark Andrews, yeah.
Mark Andrews grinding this year. Kyle's not even doing very well. And Joe Mixon
Yeah.
hasn't been doing that great. And
He hasn't.
CEH, fuck, I hate CEH.
Yeah.
What's wrong with me? I just waited for him. All right.
Just blowing it up. Just blowing it
Yeah.
up.
Good job,
Yeah,
Jay.
the-
Credit.
East. I just hope we
Credit
don't
to
have
you.
to hear about it all year.
Oh, we
But-
will.
Oh, we
Good
will.
job, Jason. NFC West. We have Braxton at 3-0. He leads by 30 points his division. I'm also in this division, and I think I have the worst points out of the whole GA. So don't
Looks
know what
like
I'm
you're
doing.
tanking, huh?
Don't know what I'm doing.
Nice.
I'm not taking. I have my lineup there. They're just not doing what I want to do.
Hey, that's tanking, right?
I don't think he owns his first. It's hard to tank that way.
Do you not own your first?
I do not. No. So
Oh, Adrian.
Yeah.
Oh, Adrian, you need to get a first.
Yep.
Who has your first?
sure. It might
Seattle
be,
has it.
yeah, but yeah, it'd be Earl. with
Seattle.
Seattle.
Earl. Oh, Earl's gonna
So
do that first. Oh my gosh.
going back to the big game of the week for the NFC, we had
Mm-hmm.
Jason and the Eagles going up against the New York Giants. Battle
Mm-hmm.
for first place there, and the Giants got a big goose egg from one of their receivers, Jacoby
Mm.
Myers. Got a big goose egg.
He was inactive. He didn't
So-
play.
He was.
Yep. So it's another one there that kind of hurt.
So if you put like in
Uh-huh.
the backups Isaiah McKenzie, he would get those points.
Mhm.
Obviously, he'd do it before kickoff.
Mhm.
Yeah, not saying. I mean, he would have had to put McKenzie in to win, but
Right.
you know, if he put like Noah Brown or something like that,
I'm
that
sure
would
he
be
would, but I mean, I can't imagine he put someone else, but
yeah.
yeah. Rough.
But yeah, that's rough. So now we
Okay,
got to
who else you
hear.
got?
Thanks. Now we got to hear from Jason more because you didn't set your lineup correctly.
Let's give him a break. Maybe he did. No, he didn't.
That's it for the. Oh, we have a trade. We do one
Oh,
trade in
Nice.
GA. Believe it or not, it's between Joe and Ash. So I guess they came together and were able to get a terrible deal done. So that was Joe
Oh my
gave
goodness.
up Tyler Huntley, Chase Edmonds, a 2024 first round pick, and a 2024 second round pick for Jared Goff, Joshua Kelly, and Sky Moore.
I don't get this at all.
All right.
I did either. But
Does anyone
know.
have anything they want to say about Sky Moore productive, or are we thinking this is another Hardman situation?
He's caught every single one of his targets.
How many targets?
Okay, something.
he did
I
drop
think it's 1 and
his
1.
kick returns, punt returns.
Oh, that's right. Oh, did Mitch? Is you saying that he only had one target?
Yeah, I think so.
Yikes.
Okay, that's something.
I think it's going
I
to
don't
take him
know
a
what
while.
it is.
It's going to take injury, take an injury or something like that to come in. But he's a kick returner.
Yeah,
Nope, he had
1
4
for
points
30
week
yards in
1.
Week 1.
0 week 2 and -2 week 3.
Yeah, he's not in the mix. I mean, I kind of think he was going to be in the mix. I mean, he's more a return guy or speedster kind of special play guy. And I think that's what he's going to be, a kind of a gadget player.
Like a Braxton Berrios.
I mean, like
Just
the
tough.
Hill row.
Tough for the Chiefs to spend a second round pick on him and then have him be a gadget guy. Usually want a
Well,
little
I
more
think
production,
eventually he'll work his way in, but it's just, I think he's ready yet.
Okay, hold on. They just want to say bye. Okay, say
Yeah.
bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Good night.
Bye.
All right, beat it. Love you girls.
Bye.
Bye, dude.
Oh, God. All right. All right, cool. All right, where are we at? Are we now on Justin?
Yep, I believe so.
All right. Justin with NF.
All right. Cool. I
Good
moved
job,
to the
Adrian.
basement
Thank
for
you,
better
brother.
Wi-Fi, and the freezer just turned on, so I gotta scoot away from it.
The
Having a great
freezer?
night, as you can tell.
Hey, dude, as long as you have that mustache, bro, that's all I'm really interested in.
I appreciate that. I'll have it
You're
until I
welcome.
don't. All right. League standings. We'll start with the
Looking good.
AFC. I updated the double headers as best as I could with my math, which isn't good, so I didn't finish college. So don't really trust me on it most likely. But starting at the AFC North, the Bengals are on top of the division at 3-1. Steelers and Browns at 2-2, and the Ravens are 0-4. This is a 3-team race really so far. Obviously, the top 3 are all pretty close to each other in points for within 30, and then the Ravens are just way down there. The AFC South, we've got Adrian, his Jaguars at 3-1, the Titans at 2-1, Texans and Colts are both at 1-3. This one, big lead so far for the Jaguars as far as points for goes, plus the 3-1 record has you sitting comfortably through the first quarter of the season. The AFC East, the Dolphins are at 4-0, while the Pats and Bills are at 2-2, and the Jets are 0-4. This is a 2-team race currently, as the Dolphins and Patriots have about a 40-point advantage on the Bills in points for, but that's nothing they can't make up as long as they get some wins out of the division. Winning their doubleheader to get to 2-2 as well really helps them. But the Jets are not doing so hot this year. The AFC West, unfortunately, our commissioner Zach is on top at. That's not true. He lost his doubleheader, so luckily he's in third. He's at 2-2 because the doubleheader lost. The Broncos and Chargers are both 3-1 after winning their doubleheaders, and the Raiders are at 1-3, also winning their doubleheader. But that's bad break for Zach so far. He got the SS, as Mitch would say, with the most points for, but not sitting on top of his division.
Mhm.
I'm going to highlight Zach's doubleheader once we finish this because it's just absolutely brutal. I think we can find some enjoyment in it as a group. So going to the NFC, this is what I would think is probably the weakest division, points scored wise, at least in the NFC. Nobody has over 275 points, but they're all within striking range because of it. The Lions and Vikings are both at 3-1, while the Packers and Bears are both at 1-3. The NFC South, this is bad luck for the Panthers and Roy. He's got the most points for in the division, but he's sitting at 1-3 just with some bad scheduling. I think this is a strong division. There's a lot of good teams in it. The Saints and Bucks are tied at 3-1, and the Falcons are 2-2. The NFC East, the Cowboys and Eagles are at 3-1. The Giants are at 2-2, and the Commanders are at 1-3. This is a 3-team race currently, as the Cowboys, Giants, and Eagles are all within 15 points of each other. Another one I'm going to highlight here at the end is the Eagles and Giants matchup, which is absolutely brutal for West this week. And I think we can enjoy his pain there too, since I was on the winning end of it. We can all celebrate together. And then the NFC West, Renee is sitting way on top right now at 320 points for, while second place at 251. She's at 3-1, while Ash is at 2-2, and the Cardinals and Rams are both at 1-3. So I wanted to highlight just those couple close matchups that I find a lot of joy in. Some others won't, but we'll start with the easy one to get to, which was the Eagles versus the Giants, which is me and Wes. That game ended 106.1 to 105.9.
Oh,
West was up by 0.4 points, and all I had left was Cordell Patterson. He got a 5-yard run to ice the game. They took a knee after that to win it for me. Just brutal. And then
Hey, you didn't want to win?
No, I did. I very much, especially against West, but I hate that guy. Just brutal for West.
Brutal for West. Oh yeah, got it. No, solid win.
And then the Chiefs and the San Francisco 49ers doubleheader. That's another one I wanted to look at. They were tied at one game or at one win each going into week 3. The 49ers scored 118.275, which I believe was the highest in the whole league. And the Chiefs had the second highest in the whole league at 116.17 and lost.
Mm.
That's
Oh,
just, you hate to see it, Zach. You really do.
yeah.
Dude,
Carmen.
Do we?
No, we don't. You're right. We had
Love
one
it.
trade, had one trade in NFL this week. Jason, I think you were a part of it. Is that right?
I
Maybe not.
Yeah,
No,
I think I
Steelers and Bengals.
traded. I didn't trade. Oh, I
Yeah,
did trade.
let's see. We had a couple trades. We had 3 trades. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah, I traded one. I think I traded 2.
No, we had 2
Two?
trades.
No,
All right,
one.
so we'll start from the oldest one, which was the Bills. Jason, that's you. And the Patriots, which is Braxton. That was the big trade. Braxton gave up Justin Jefferson, and he got Javonte Williams, DJ Moore, and a 2023 second.
what a
So-
steal.
I'll start by asking Adrian and Mitch, what do you think there?
I guess it just depends on what you need. I mean, Javonte Williams, I think will be good as a running back. DJ, Moore, I don't know what's wrong with him, but
What's wrong with him?
Yeah.
DJ Moore was almost my buy candidate. He's gonna end up with 1,200 yards and 4 touchdowns.
Again,
So
If he ends up with 1,200 yards, it's going to be great. I will be surprised.
yeah.
it's gonna happen. It's what he does.
it's just hard to have Justin Jefferson. I
I'd
mean,
Yeah.
rather have Justin Jefferson.
he's
DJ
like-
Moore's the guy we've been projecting as a wide receiver 1 for years now, and it's just
Yeah.
something happens each year to stop that. And I love him.
And
But getting Justin Jefferson, that's not a move you can make in many dynasty leagues to get that guy. So I
Oh, yeah.
like it
love
both
that.
ways, because Williams could be a RB1 for the next 4 years too.
It's not terrible, but it's just, I mean, it's Justin Jefferson.
I think
Yeah.
you're gonna have-
Remember,
I think you're gonna have a hard time for anybody that says I would rather have Williams and more.
yeah,
Yeah,
and just
Joel.
remember, it is a 16-team league, and this is the only half PPR. You
Right.
only need to start one running back. I think there is some weight to the running back position. And we only start 7, and one of those is a DST. So really, this is a start your studs type of deal, which obviously Justin Jefferson is, but getting DJ Moore, I think this is more of a next year play for Braxton, even though he is competing. But DJ Moore, if he pops off at any time, no one's going to be surprised. If he ends as a wide receiver 1 any year for the next 4 years, no one will be surprised. Javonte Williams, if he ends up being the RB 1 to 3, no one will be surprised. The 23 second is kind of probably icing, but Justin Jefferson is one, and he's getting 2 good guys, and a 23 second, even in a 16-team league, is solid. But I needed a 2-for-1 type deal, 3-for-1 type deal, and I offered Moore and Williams, and he countered with more Williams in a second.
Yeah, I was about to mention Williams. In 2 years, you could look back and be like, "Oh wow, you gave it the best running back in football." But right now, I mean, you got Justin Jefferson, so that's awesome. Both
Well, he
ways, I
didn't
like
look
it.
good this last week, but
Yeah,
it's still Justin.
I will also say that I have not won a game in NFL yet, even though I have Justin Jefferson, Williams. Did I win last week? I don't know. Justin Jefferson, I have Chase, and I have Lamb.
Darius
and
Slay
I'm
broke
still
Justin
in-
Jefferson.
Do you have Justin
What's-
Jefferson, Jamar Chase, and CeeDee Lamb now?
I do.
I mean,
Jason, you are
could-
at Jason.
5
You're
years.
2-2 now.
I'm doing 2. Okay.
Yeah, you won your doubleheader and you won one of the 3 weeks.
Oh, neat. Okay. Even though Justin Jefferson laid an egg. What were you going to say, Mitch?
In 5 years, all 3 of those guys could still be top 12 wide receivers in the NFL, and Javonte Williams' career could be over.
Yeah, they could
I'm
also be
hoping
$80 each if
Probably.
you can't afford them.
possibly.
You'll fit away.
All right.
We'll see.
So the
Yeah,
next
sure.
trade we had was between Zach and Cole. Zach, surprisingly, he received a Chiefs player for a 1st-round pick. He got CEH.
Wow.
We just talked about how we would sell him, but
Crazy.
Zach's currently leading the points for in his conference, and he's a game behind. He needs a running back. So, if it's a late first for a guy who's going to produce, you got to kind of get somebody. And if you can do it early, that's better. You can use him for more weeks. But if you get a 2023 first,
That's
Clyde,
crazy.
that's also great.
Yeah, you got to take it. Competing or not, you take that.
Yeah. And the final trade we had, Earl
Today.
got himself another share of Kenny Pickett as he traded a 2023 first and a 2023 third to Nate Leahy. And he got Kenny Pickett, I believe, in at least the second, maybe the third NDL league.
How do you feel about that?
I don't know.
So I'm going to speak for Zach first. Zach says quarterbacks are super important in these leagues, and it's important to have one, which I agree with, but I'd probably take the 2023 first.
I think so. I think that's probably what Nate was thinking. He has Derek Carr and Kyler. He probably spent a
And
second.
actually, I talked to Earl. It was Earl that wanted.
He wanted to pick it. Okay.
Yeah. We were talking about wide receiver. He needs a wide receiver, and he was saying that he now has quarterback to go with his Pickens and Claypool.
Mhm.
So
He does
Sounds
also
like
have
he
Lamar
wants-
Jackson, though. Earl does.
He does.
No,
And Jameis. Yeah.
Oh.
Lamar and Jameis.
Well,
Doesn't
you've
make
got a
sense.
great trade piece in Lamar Jackson now if you want to use it.
Yeah. No kidding. I've been trying to trade Burrow plus for Lamar. We almost had a deal. Earl's always down to trade. If you guys don't know that, he's
Yeah, he is.
a solid trade partner. Yeah. But all right, cool. Anything else?
Nope.
All right, Mitchell, hang in there, buddy. I'm gonna get through this. I'd love to see your face on here unless you got to go.
We're good. Keep her moving.
JB is Superflex. It is a 12-team league, which is different than any of the others. It is full PPR, not tight end premium. NFC North. We'll start in the NFC, as I always do. Mache and his Lions keep roaring with another strong win over Casey's now 2-1 Green Bay Packers with a competitive score of 154 to 147. Mache even has Bruce and Pickens on tax. Looking strong, Mache, as you're going into week 4 with a 3-0 record. Cole's Vikings and Nate's Bears battled it out, and Cole won this one with a 132 to 122 finish. Been a little help from Justin Jefferson, what did the trick for Nate, but Lamb heroics Monday night's stinker proved to be exactly what Cole needed to give him the victory, and both of them a 1-2 record to finish week 3. NFC South. We have 3 2-1 games, and then we have Tim. His now 0-3 team actually had a good week with one of the strongest point totals. I'm going to need you to really focus here, Tim. Team is shit. Starting David Mills and Matt Ryan in Superflex League. Not good. But if you don't start playing this right, you're going to accident your way into some wins. This team can't handle wins, Tim. It needs losses. Lose better, Tim. Nick and his Bucks needed a win to get first in the South. He lost. Jim and his Panthers needed a win to move into first. He won. Jim leads the NFC South with a 2-1 shared record with Nick. NFC West. Chris and Cardinals have a mighty 3-0 record with a strong 518 PF that is second best in the conference, but a suspect 386 PA, which is second worst in the conference. He lost Mac Jones for a bit, which hurts. So Carr and Burrow better stay healthy. Remember, everyone, Superflex. Raiders may suck, but when Derek Carr has a stud like Mac Hollins to throw to, he's going to put up numbers. Nilo and his Seahawks are doing a nice job the past 2 weeks of losing, as they should. Work that team, Nilo. Start selling assets. It's not going to compete for a playoff spot, and it's just going to be embarrassing every time you accidentally win a game you should lose. AFC North. If I told you Carr and Wentz went against Brady and Mahomes, I'm guessing which side you'd take. You'd be wrong. Jason K's Bengals edged out Todd's Steelers by a score of 128 to 124 to take first place in the North. What I tell you last week, chink in Todd's armor, but I didn't foresee Tyreek only getting 4.2 points. His two RBs having a combined 20.07 points for the week. Jason and Todd may have a shared 2-1 record through 3 weeks, but Jason leads the division. Ben and his Browns have some come to Jesus decisions to make here very soon. He and I both know what needs to be done. Stop eating time, Ben. Crunch those numbers and get to planning for next year. Did you see what I was doing with the crunch the numbers? Planning. He's a CPA. Okay. Tony and his Ravens. Looks like the writing is on the wall. If you weren't sure before, Tony, I think we're sure now. 2023 is your year, brother. I'm pulling for you. AFC South, dude, John, rough loss Monday night. I thought for sure when the Giants got the ball back at the end of the game, you take out the true giant Adrian. Fantasy football is undefeated and crushing our will. You're going to need to have a master craftsman's touch to right that roster ship due to the high salaries of Barkley at $79 and Aaron Jones at $47 in a league that has very little wiggle room. Let's see what you got, brother. Quick question. Is it wiggle or wriggle with an R?
Wiggle.
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 With the W.
Wiggle with no R. Okay. Adrian Texans stayed in first with 3-0 at 3-0 with a win over John's Colts and a score of 152.8 to 152.3. John, honestly, you should be happy you lost. Fantasy did you a favor this week. You need to be losing. Let's restructure that puppy. Let's get you to not get the 1-1 again. Let's build the ditch back.
Look at his points though. 497. Not bad.
It's not bad. But
Well, it is if you want the 1-1.
Did you take a look at his team? Pull up his team for a quick second. He's got Mitch Trubisky. That will not happen. Trevor Lawrence, guys. Trevor Lawrence is looking all right. He's looking good. Barkley, he's great, but he's at $79. Aaron Rodgers doing well. Cordell Patterson, great. Khalil Herbert, he's going to be all right. But he's got Godwin hurt. Hopkins out. Jarvis injury. Curtis Samuel, okay, and Helman, all okay. Dalton Schultz is hurt. Logan Thomas. No one really on taxi. Well, he does have Brees. Actually, he does have taxi. He's got Brees Hall. He's got Wandale, who I like, but he's got Kenneth Walker. He's got just enough to miss the playoffs. That's in my opinion in super flex. So that's why I say burn it down. But what do you do with Barkley when everyone's strapped at $79?
Hard.
You wait for an injury of a high salary player and get what you can.
JB is tricky because we're all strapped. But I digress. Kyle's
Right, I'm saying, like,
Jaguars,
if you can get a Kamara injury at $90 or whatever he's at, that's your chance to pounce.
You're right. Stay patient. But here when he stays patient, he's gonna keep putting up pretty good numbers.
Yeah.
Do you sell the Sun God at $9 because you know he's gonna hold out? You probably build around Amon-Ra, right?
How many teams make playoffs in each conference?
It's one from each conference and then one wild card.
One from each division and a wild card.
So only 4.
I think, right? And
I actually don't know.
I thought it was more.
Maybe 2, maybe 5 and 5.
Yeah,
5
there's a
and 5?
playoff. There's a playoff for the last wild card, right? Because last year was Renee and
Yeah.
I,
Was it? Okay.
and then there's a wild card playoff. So
Okay.
2 teams.
Yeah, he could accidentally slip in, but he's gonna need a quarterback at the very least.
He's got more points than anybody else except for our division.
Yeah. Amon-Ra's doing really well. Barkley, loving him. Aaron Jones doing pretty well. He's hurting at tight end with Schultz out. Lawrence is doing all right. I just see that this team is going to be good enough to just miss the playoff.
Unless he trades.
You got to get going on trades. Yes.
Yeah.
He's been trying to get after me for Fields, but he doesn't want to give me much, which I don't blame him. Kyle's Jaguars are looking strong with a victory over Joe's trash ass Titans that also doesn't have a first this next year. I'm so excited. Joe, Kyle beat you with Brissett in his QB2 spot. If I didn't believe Jesus was real before. Kyle advances to 2-1 with a very convincing PF and PA going into week 4. Well done, Kyle. Pulling for brother. AFC West, last division here. And then we're wrapping this B up. Another set of division battles. Hey, where's Roy? Roy hasn't been here much this year. I'm missing Roy. Anyone heard from Roy?
I did.
Yeah, just
he's
a little
doing
bit here and there. He's doing
Yeah.
all right?
Yeah. He should be back. He's just
Okay.
took a little time off in the summer, I guess, from fantasy.
I miss you, Roy. I blame this on Renee and Jason K. Anyway, Roy leads the West with a 2-1 record after beating Zach's Joe Light squad. Even after Daryl Henderson only scored 1.7 points. Even after Swift got injured and got 7.6 points. And even after DJ Moore got baked with 2.5 points. Roy still wrecked Zach 160, 146. As Justin would say, you love to see it. Renee and I went toe-to-toe, and Lamar and his 54 points were too much for Hurts and Kyler to handle. Renee took sabbatical over the last many months, and it shows at least her JB team. Her transactions are down. She forgot how to use the trade screen. Frankly, I think she's just going through the motions. I expect better from you, Renee. Time to put up, or, well, you don't talk much to us anymore, so really it's just time to put up. In summation, the West looks pretty sad, and I'm embarrassed about the performance of both my Raiders and my JB Raiders team. One in which I whacked it to all offseason, think it was actually a contender. Looks like it's time for me to make some moves too, friends. That's it, my guys. I loved it. Anything else you want to talk about real quick as we wrap this up?
Just got to say one thing to Kyle, I guess, about his little statement on Discord. So it does look like he can. I mean, he can beat me in playoffs, or it was a card. I mean, we're neck 24 apiece. So I mean, he's got a strong team.
And his points against are actually 500. Then John's is 518, and Joe's is actually 505. Yours only 412. So any given week and he might be in first place in the league. Now it's only through 3 weeks, but looking strong. He's got a strong squad. Yeah, I agree. Kyle, to see it. Do some work on your GA team. Look good, brother. All right, guys. Hey, much love to you. I hope you enjoyed it. We got this puppy down to about 50, 55 minutes. Love it, guys. I hope you have a good week, everyone. I'll see you in Discord. Hey, hit the like button if you liked it at all. Hit us with feedback if you got any. I'll start asking everyone on Tuesdays if they have any real questions for us. Kyle, I'll hit you on DMs with my moves. But hey, guys, much love to you all. We will see you in the next one.
Peace.
Deuces.